Welcome back to Vow to Heaven, where we delve into extraordinary encounters and transformative experiences that reach beyond the confines of ordinary life. I'm Dan, your guide through these incredible narratives. Today, we discuss the story of James Larson, who experienced a near-death encounter where he was shown visions of World War III by Jesus. This intense revelation provided James with profound insights into potential future conflicts and the importance of spiritual and global harmony. If you're intrigued by these profound stories and their impacts, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us share these important insights with a broader audience. James Larson, a former military officer turned peace activist, suffered a life-threatening heart attack in early 2021. During the moments when his heart stopped, James experienced a profound near-death encounter that transported him far beyond the confines of the hospital room. He found himself in a serene yet imposing realm where he was greeted by a figure he recognized as Jesus Christ. This figure radiated an overwhelming sense of peace and authority. In this extraordinary meeting, Jesus communicated to James that he would be shown a potential future, one that humanity was steering towards due to its current choices and actions. This vision was not set in stone, but represented a trajectory that could be altered by collective human effort and spiritual awakening. James was shown a series of escalating global tensions that, if unchecked, would lead to a devastating conflict known as World War III. This initial vision laid the groundwork for what would be a deeply moving and unsettling journey through possible future events, emphasizing the critical role of peace and understanding in altering this potential outcome. The profound nature of this revelation was meant to arm James with knowledge and a message to bring back to the world, a call for immediate action towards peace and reconciliation among nations. As the vision unfolded, James witnessed increasing geopolitical tensions that escalated into violent conflicts across various global hotspots. The scenes were vivid and disturbing, nations struggling over dwindling resources, political manipulations exacerbating ethnic and nationalistic strife, and technological advancements being weaponized. Jesus emphasized that these conflicts were not merely hypothetical, but possible realities if humanity continued on its current path. In this possible future, James saw cyber warfare crippling entire economies, unmanned drones striking with cold precision, and social media being used as a tool to spread misinformation and sow discord. The imagery was intense. Cities plunged into darkness, refugees fleeing destroyed homelands, and governments toppling under the weight of internal and external pressures. However, amid the chaos, Jesus showed James moments of potential hope and change. He witnessed individuals and groups across the world advocating for peace, working tirelessly to bridge divides. These peacemakers, diplomats, activists, ordinary citizens, used their voices and actions to mitigate conflicts and promote understanding. Jesus explained that these efforts represented humanity's capacity for compassion and reconciliation. Each act of peace was like a light in the darkness, potentially powerful enough to alter the course of events. James was shown that his own efforts in peace-building and advocacy were part of this larger mosaic of human endeavor to prevent the tragic future he was witnessing. This part of the vision reinforced the message that while the path to World War III was a possibility, it was not inevitable. The choices made by individuals and nations in promoting peace and understanding were crucial in steering away from this disastrous future. As the vision continued, James's guide Jesus focused on the individual actions that lead to large-scale changes. He emphasized that every person holds the power to influence global events through their daily choices and interactions. This part of the vision showcased communities around the world engaging in grassroots efforts to foster peace, sustainability, and cooperation. James was shown scenes of community leaders in various countries organizing peace talks that brought together rival factions, educators teaching young students about the importance of cultural tolerance and empathy, and technology experts developing systems to counteract misinformation and promote transparent communication. Each scene underscored the potential of collective human action to create environments that resist escalation into conflict. In a particularly powerful moment, Jesus highlighted the role of forgiveness and healing in the peace process. James saw former enemies reconciling, sharing their grief and remorse, and working together to rebuild their communities. These acts of reconciliation were portrayed as pivotal moments that redirected the course from conflict towards peace. This section of the vision impressed upon James the idea that war is not an abstract inevitability, but the result of numerous decisions made at every level of society. Conversely, peace is built through the cumulative effects of everyday acts of kindness, understanding, and justice practiced by individuals across the globe. The message was clear. Global peace begins with personal responsibility and action. Everyone has a role to play, and each positive action contributes to a larger pattern of peace and stability. This realization was both a burden and a gift to James, as he understood that his advocacy and efforts could indeed make a difference, echoing the potential for change Jesus had shown him. Continuing the vision, Jesus conveyed to James the critical importance of global unity and cooperation. As they looked upon the earth, they observed moments when nations came together to address common challenges, such as climate change, pandemics, and the refugee crises. Jesus emphasized that these were not only moments of crisis, but also opportunities for humanity to transcend its divisions and work as a collective entity. James saw international coalitions forming not out of economic or strategic necessity, but from a genuine understanding of shared human destiny. These alliances worked to implement innovative solutions that preserved natural resources, protected vulnerable populations, and ensured economic stability for all. The vision depicted a future where these cooperative efforts had become the norm, significantly reducing the likelihood of conflicts. Jesus highlighted that this shift towards global solidarity was not easy nor universally accepted at first. It required leaders and citizens alike to embrace a broader perspective, seeing beyond national borders and short-term gains. He showed James how education systems worldwide began to prioritize global citizenship and empathy, fundamentally shaping future generations' perceptions of their roles in the world. The spiritual lesson here was profound. Peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, understanding, and active cooperation. By nurturing these values, humanity could avoid the path to destruction that World War III represented. As the vision began to conclude, Jesus gently reminded James that his return to life carried a special purpose. He was to use his experience to inspire others to believe in their capacity to influence global outcomes positively. James was shown that his voice and actions, amplified by his near-death experience, could galvanize others to commit to peace and cooperation. As the vision with Jesus came to a close, James was overwhelmed with a mix of emotions: hope, responsibility, and a renewed sense of purpose. He understood that his near-death experience was not just a personal revelation, but a call to action. Jesus had shown him these possible futures to equip him with the knowledge and urgency needed to make a difference in the world. Before returning to his physical body, James was reminded by Jesus that while the visions of potential war were dire, the power to alter the future lay within humanity's collective hands. The future was not predetermined but malleable, shaped by the choices and actions of every individual on the planet. Revived from his near-death state, James awoke in the hospital with a profound clarity and a burning drive to share what he had learned. He began by documenting his experiences, detailing not only the apocalyptic visions, but also the powerful examples of how peace could be achieved. His writings emphasize that change begins with the individual. Personal transformations lead to societal transformations, which in turn can lead to global peace. James dedicated his life to peace advocacy, traveling the world to speak at conferences, schools, and before political leaders. He shared his story and the lessons from his vision, inspiring others to take up the mantle of peace in their daily lives and interactions. He founded an organization focused on promoting peace education and conflict resolution, which grew to have a significant impact on various international peace initiatives. The legacy of James's near-death experience and the visions shown to him by Jesus continued to inspire and influence long after his recovery. His efforts demonstrated that one person's transformative experience could indeed ripple out, contributing to global movements towards peace and cooperation, and reminding everyone that the future is a shared responsibility.